First video is a quick video about tarping, or speed tarping as they say, whatever you prefer, but this is the fastest way that I know how personally to tarp a load. First things first, you want to start by putting the tarp on top of the load. I see some people loading from the side, pulling the tarp over and doing all that stuff. That burns a lot of energy and wastes a lot of time, and could potentially be a problem if there's any wind. All right, first things first, we want to roll the tarp out. This is my line of tarp, this is my tab. It's rolled out evenly on both sides. I use these as little markers that mark that 2.5 feet or 2 feet on each slit. Obviously it's a 6-foot tarp, 2, 4, 6. So that's how I use that to measure. And the same with this in the front. It's 2 foot. So now we go to bungees once we establish basically how you cover the load as fast as possible. Like I said, you want to put the tarp on top of the load and unravel it on top, just in case you have any wind or just you want to get out of there. Most time in a hurry. Now you see what I did right here with this flat? I got this as flat and as close to the load as possible. There's always a mistake that people make, and they don't know what to do with this flat. It's easy to rip and tear and break and make your tarp look like trash. First thing you want to do, close off any air. Right here, I take this. This is my first initial. Before I fold anything on the side, this is exactly what I want to do. And you see how it doesn't fit? Sometimes you have to improvise and go half just to get a nice clean line for your tarp. See? And that's that. Now no air, no matter how it hits the front, it'll bounce off and just kind of dissipate over top of the load instead of ripping your tarps up. And I'll probably take another one here and come across to the bottom. That way I can ensure that there's no extra wind getting in. We've got this tucked away right here, nice and flat. All we did was ravel that up. We want to establish a line pretty much from here, like this. Just roll everything up like that. Make it look real uniform. Look at that. I mean, it can get better, but like I said, we're trying to save time, so we want to establish a nice line like that. And the bungees there, they're important. See, first bungee down. See, this is a nice solid start on the trailer, and I'm in on the load, and I go down here to the other end. This is something that I do personally. I go from the front and then I do the back. It just naturally, to me, is something that I do. It Just then once you establish that line, go through, grab your bungees one by one, and they should be a little bit more organized than this, but you know, that's another thing too that saves time. Having everything organized and having stuff readily available. But you know, in trucking, you don't always know what you're gonna get. This is one of those times. And mind you, this is another important thing. The rounding goes towards the tarp. Because when wind blows, you can cut your tarp too easily like this. See? So you turn it around like that. Boom.
Okay.
And really, because of the load's so low, I don't have to use as many bungees, so I'm going to show you how I do that now. See, look at that. Boom. That's established line. That's only 3 bungees that I've got up so far. And depending on how it looks or how the bungees are, you know, you can take it a step further and kind of stretch them out to here. See, the tighter the bungees, I think it makes the cleaner it makes the load look all together. For this scenario, I think it might be better to bring them down halfway just because it closes the gap. Kind of, it tugs on it a little bit versus right here. It can kind of still wiggle around and move a little bit. So we'll do that. And like I said, no load is tarped exactly the same. It's weird because you just want to stick to the same rules, keeping as least amount of wind on the load as possible. That's it. Just like that. See, and I mean, it hasn't even been 15 minutes. And in my other video, I'll show you how I untarp on the load safely and as fast as possible because you know, that's another thing too. Like a lot of people, they don't really know exactly what's the best way to do it. And I've tried pretty much every way possible just to kind of like see which way works better for me. And I mean, at the end of the day, your main focus is you're trying to cover the load and uncover the load as fast as possible. Just like we have here. I mean, this is ready to go down the road just like this. And I'm missing probably about two. One right here. And this is the other. Like I said, the main focus is to kind of keep as much of the wind off of the load as possible and off of the tarp. Now that looks pretty darn good.